Page 68, the B and the Clover. It's 2/4 time in the key of G major, eighth notes all over the place, and it says it's allegro jocoso. Allegro is fast, jocoso is happy and hey, party time. Again, first I question why is this piece in this book at this level, because if you play it happy fast, and I mean you're moving along. I'm thinking, really? Can you do that? Then I'm thinking, then I remember, no, remember it's all a personal thing. I mean, there might be a general area it all fits in, but within that general area, it's a personal thing. My allegro jocoso ain't the same as yours. So it's up to you, fast to you. That's it, that's it. That's close enough. If that's too fast, well, I don't know. I wouldn't go much slower than that. I really wouldn't. Till you learn, well, when you're learning it, you go slow, but you eventually want to pick it up there. Lots of staccatos, and I'm going to recommend wrist staccato throughout here. Because you've got a difference of one note at a time and chords going on, and just do it all the same. Note-wise, it's not too hard. Let's just take this one hand at a time here. Starting in the second line on page 68, right hand, 2/5, 1/4, 2/5, 1/4. I like this. You see a sequence here, here, then here. The repeated note is still a sequence. And then third line. The melody's the top note. And then in the fourth major, hold that D down as you, and then back there. Third line down, third major up here, then here, and then 1, 2, and then 1, 4. That's important because you need the third finger here, 2/5. Yeah, good fingering, I like it. Last line on page 68, you're up here, 2/1. I like the idea of using different fingers on repeated notes. That's good. This is legato. And the next measure is a 3/2. I like that. I really do like this fingering. You have all these D's. And you're not using thumb on all of them. You're using different fingers. And the next one on the D's is 1, 2, 1. Now watch out, they're saying third finger on the A. I do fourth finger. I don't see why it has to be third finger. I prefer fourth finger on the A. Unless the weak fingers are too weak, but you need to work those anyway, so I recommend third finger, or fourth finger on it. Top of page 69, I like this fingering, 1, 4. Yes, yeah, definitely use that fingering. You need to get both hands actually, so you can get that, and not just fourth, but the or. And there's different finger combinations. You want to get comfortable with them because they will come in handy, especially on fast pieces like this. Page 69, second line is the same as what we had. Third line, look at this. Third measure, 2/5, 1/3, 1, 2. I recommend a 2/5 for the F sharp D. And then a 1 for the G on the first ending and second ending. So for the last two measures, I'm recommending a 1/3, not a 1, 2. And then a 2/5, and then a 1. So the last three measures would be there. It's a 1/3, see? Going on, next line after the second ending is here. These are connected. You're wondering, what's with all these slurs going all over the place? What's what? Well, we got two voices going on as near as I can tell. This is a little tricky. Now, it may not be necessary at this level, but I'm going to point it out for those of you who are really getting this and are interested in this. It's a very minute, subtle thing. And starting with this measure after the second ending there at the bottom here, I'm going to lift up the A just a little bit early so I can have silence between the A and the D. Like that. Like that. But the F sharp I'm going to keep down until I play the D. I'm going to connect it. There's no silence. The trick is, can you do both at the same time? Can you have silence in the A, but not here, and connect that? That takes a little practice, but if you can develop that kind of control, it's going to really improve your interpretation and your capabilities of interpreting things a lot. So, moving on, here, this watch fingering, 1, 2, the staccato and then a slur. And then, so watch that. Going on with the F sharp D, 2-5. And then up above I recommend a 2-5 on the BG, it's a BG. Here, and then a 1-5. The reason for the 2-5 is I just played the G, and this, all of this together is a chord. It's a G chord. I just left out the D, so I'm fingering it that way. So I don't move my hand. I don't want to move my hand anymore than I have to. Now, if you want to be showy, then by all means, then move your hand all over the place. That's wonderful. It's up to you. Left hand, again, wrist staccato. A few slurs thrown in there. When you get down to the bottom, the last line on page 68, this is a rotating thing. I'm just transferring weight from one side of the hand to the other. Here. Because all the good stuff's in the right hand, so the left hand has to stay soft. Top of page 69, wrist staccato. Get down to the bottom, the fourth line after the second ending. You're here, treble clef. Well, you've been in treble clef, haven't you? This whole thing has the left hand in treble clef. I just noticed that. I should have noticed that sooner. Pretend I noticed that early on, because that makes me look like a ding-dong if I didn't just now notice it's in treble clef. So after the second ending, you're down here. 1, 2. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1 E and a 2 E and a 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. See, the quarter note comes on beat 2. So 1, 2, 1, 2. And then you're rotating again and having fun. Okay. When you put the hands together, go really, really slow. Because they're both using the same note sometimes, but it's staccato, so you should be able to get away with it. Dynamic wise, you're going to start out soft. That's the melody. That's in the right hand. So the left hand, just keep it down. Actually, in the staccato part, it's sort of all sort of melody, because if you take it all together, you're here, and then these notes, and then these notes. And you just kind of, it's a nice chord. It's just all kind of coming together. But when the second line comes around, playing these, it's really the top note in the right hand. And then you have a decrescendo, and then soft, light, light, and then third line, third measure. Now you're medium loud. A lot of accidentals. Work those out very carefully, and then the last two measures of that line you start getting softer. That diminuendo in there. So, and then you go on. Etc. until you get the idea. Top of page 69, there's a polka writ in the first measure. You're going to slow down a little bit. And then in the second measure, it's not placed real well. The odd tempo in that second measure is kind of in the middle of the measure. But I'm recommending you don't do the odd tempo until the last eighth note. it's like at the beginning of the piece. It's like the pickup. So the first two measures of page 69 is here. And now you take off. Then you get lots of wonderful things till you get down past the second ending. On the fourth line, it's staccato. And then here, can you do the staccato and stuff and legato and mixing it up in the right hand, but keep the left hand steady? That's tricky. So it's really weird because the notes are changing a little bit in the left hand. Look at the second measure of the last line. It's here. See, those aren't the same. And then at the end, it's staccato. Loud. And now it's soft, not staccato. And stay soft, not staccato. It's a fermata, in fact. You're going to hang on to it. It's kind of a nice piece that once you get to know it. Really it is. Take my word now. Let's play this together very, very slowly. And I'm going to take all the repeats and all the junk. But I'm not going to do the dynamics. You do the dynamics. I'm just going to play the notes and try and put in the staccatos and legatos where they go as best I can. It's tricky. It has a pickup eighth note. So I'm going to give us like 1.5 could be ready and go type thing. And then we'll go very slowly, of course. Now, because of all the eighth notes all over the place, and I really want to go really slow, I put the metronome on 80, but it's beating eighth notes. So it's like 1 and 2 and. That's not that slow for eighth notes, but I want to go. Let's see if we can play it at that speed. You may need to practice this a while before you play it with me. So the right hand's here, left hand's here, no pedal on this at all. Ready and go. 2, and. Ru, 2, and. 1, and, rest, and. 1, and, tool, and.